Social housing investment might sound like a boring topic at first glance, but trust me, it's one of the most dynamic and critical areas in the UK property market today. You see, the UK's housing shortage isn't just a statistic, it's a reality we face every day as property professionals. And social housing? Well, it's a potential game changer, if handled wisely. Let's start with a quick snapshot. The UK is short of nearly 4.3 million homes. Shocking, right? What's worse is that even though private developers are building more, the affordability gap keeps widening. This is where social housing steps in, bridging the gap for families and individuals who can't afford market rents but are stuck waiting for a council house. Now, as someone who's dealt with properties ranging from chic London flats to suburban family homes, I've seen firsthand how impactful this type of housing can be. I once worked with a landlord who converted a block of rundown flats into social housing units. Guess what? Not only did they secure long-term tenants via housing associations, but they also benefited from guaranteed rental income. Why invest in social housing? Here's the deal. Social housing investment offers steady returns while making a tangible social impact. Take recent government-backed initiatives, for example. Local councils and housing associations are partnering with private investors to fund new developments. They're even buying existing properties to use as affordable housing. And if you're wondering whether it's a lucrative market, consider this. These investments often come with lower void rates and minimal management hassle, as housing associations handle much of the work. The trends driving demand. The pandemic shifted housing needs dramatically. There's now a stronger focus on community, green spaces, and affordable rents. The build-to-rent sector, while flourishing, caters mainly to professionals who can afford a premium. Social housing, on the other hand, addresses fundamental needs. Also, did you notice the government's push for energy-efficient homes? This trend is creeping into social housing too. Retrofitting older properties with solar panels, heat pumps, or insulation isn't just good for tenants. It also makes these homes more attractive to investors who care about sustainability. And let's face it, who doesn't these days? Challenges in social housing development. Of course, it's not all roses. Planning regulations can be a nightmare. One of my clients nearly gave up when their application to redevelop a brownfield site for social housing hit a wall due to local council red tape. We had to engage planners, community leaders, and even MPs to move things forward. Stressful? Absolutely. But the end result was worth it. A 45-unit affordable housing block that's now fully occupied. And let's not ignore funding. Despite government schemes, yet this is where creative financing comes into play. I've seen joint ventures between private developers and local authorities thrive because they pooled resources and shared risks. If you're thinking, all right, but how can I get involved? Don't worry, I've got you. Start small. Maybe you have a property that's tough to let. Consider offering it to a housing association. Or explore real estate investment trusts, REITs, focused on social housing. They're a fantastic way to dip your toes in without committing to full-scale development. And here's the kicker. Even marketing can help. When I promoted a landlord's property as suitable for housing association use, the response was overwhelming. Turns out, many investors don't realize how high the demand is, or how supportive councils can be. Wrapping up. Oh, wait, actually, one last thing. If you think this type of investment isn't for you, think again. Social housing doesn't just benefit tenants. It strengthens communities and stabilizes the market. And honestly, isn't that what we all want as property professionals?